G'day guys, and welcome to Ian's wonderful world of Gardens for Wildlife. It's been well over a year since I've done anything major in my garden. It's just been flat stick. So today I'm going to concentrate on a few areas that need some attention with some plants. I've got stacks of plants that need to get in the ground before summer. So let's get stuck in. Let's see what we got here and what the plan is. So what do I have in store today? I'm going to go Creekside. There's a few jobs I want to take care of. Firstly, I want to get these mother shield ferns in the ground. Now I grew these guys from cuttings, and I might show you that as we go along. But they've been in there for a good year now, and although that one doesn't look very well, it'll grow no problem at all. There's some fantastic little ferns in here. Now these guys here are Gardenia ovata, and I've got a special spot for those, Roadside. I'm also going to take out some of these guys, which are the Carrot suppressor, and I have another special spot right on the creek, right on the roadside for these, because I've had one come up that's been naturally grown, and I figure, well, if it's grown there naturally, it's going to be a great spot to plant some more. So we'll be doing some of those today also. Now look, there are a few more I might get planted out today, but we'll start with these and we'll see how we go. These all came from cuttings out of my garden. Guess what? Because I tell you what, it's a little bit difficult to tell in here. You can't see the trees for the forest. Or is it? You can't see the forest for the trees. That one. About 10 years ago, this all through here was just a mat of ivy. It was climbing the ferns and that sort of thing. Now, the only native plant in here that I haven't planted are the tree ferns, and maybe, look, I think there's an oak over there. So all these other mature 8 to 10 metre trees I planted. But can you see what's happened? 10 years later, there's no ground cover plants. So this is where I'm going to plant my mother shield ferns, because they like the shady position. And you can see there's a few coming up here. But I'm going to get in and I'm just going to smother it with those plants. It's got a bonus carrots with it. So here we are, we're in another part of my garden down the back, and I want to show you, this is how the mother shield ferns grow, and this is how to look out front where I've just planted. Now let's show you some of these pups. The pup is the baby plant that comes off the ends of these fronds. So we have one here, here, one up here, one there. And an easy way to do this, if you're in the garden and you need to cover a bare patch, what you do is you grab this fronds, you bring it down to the ground, like so, place a log over it. So that little fronds there, that'll grab root and grow. And I'll show you how to propagate them now. So we'll just cut this off. There it is there. The baby pup, and from behind. So what we do is we just cut it off. So you can see here where it's growing, this is the main fronds, and that continues through. The rest of it's the pup. So what you want to do is you want to cut the main fronds off, and then cut the top of it off. Or you could leave it on a little bit short. That's it there. There's your little pup. Fill your tube stock with soil, plonk her in, cover it up a little bit, put it in a shady spot. Bob's her uncle. It's so easy to grow these things, it's not funny. And they're wonderful. We get a lot of whip birds through here on the ground that come in through these mother shield ferns, along with the agile antechinus and all the other critters. So a wonderful plant for the shady part of your garden. Semi-shade to full shade, or certainly no full sun. I'll just pop that one back in the ground. It could well grow. Okay, so here we are, Creekside. The creek runs under the road here, comes up the side of a road, and then through the top end of my property. Absolutely lovely little creek. Runs all the way to the Yarra River into Port Phillip Bay in about 80 kilometres. So anyway, see here, we have a Carrick suppressor growing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to plant them all the way along here. Now if council doesn't like it, too bad. Look, they'll come along and they'll hack the hell out of it with their slasher in another couple of months, but it'll regrow and it'll keep the creek nice and cool, provide foliage for the insects and the animals. Absolutely beautiful. Let's get stuck in. This will also hold the embankment up. Win-win. Oh, young and win. Yeah. See these carex here, I planted a few years ago, right near a drain again. What's so special about this spot? This used to be a great big pit. Council came, filled it full of rocks, put in this great big drain. But we have groundwater, and this one here has only been just recently. So there's been a shifting groundwater down through my property, and it travels through here, and there's this lovely little pool of water in here that's very difficult to see, but I'm sure the animals use it. And there's some more carex than I planted in around here. So I'm going to continue. I'm going to plant a few more. Lovely little native geranium and a couple of native trees coming up. Actually got something quite special in here. I don't know if you can see this little fern in here. That's an Austral king fern. They grow about 1 metre every 200 or 300 years. And it was absolutely smothered by rocks when they came down and did the work here. And I pulled all the rocks out from around it, and that's what's created this pool of water. I'm going to plant straight into these rocks. They'll find a way. G'day, Jacob.
How you going, mate?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good. I need more honey.
Okay.
I don't have your number. Can it turn up?
Yeah.
All right, I'll get some honey during the week.
If you see my garage door open,
Yeah.
you know I'm out in the yard.
No.
Yeah.
See you, mate.
All right.
Best honey ever.
That was one of my neighbours who lives a few doors up. I gave him some honey, and it's always a great idea to give your neighbours honey because they'll come back and buy some off you later on. So that's really nice. He likes the local stuff, and he's a bit of an artist, Jacob, and he's a lovely guy. Anyway, let's keep going here. As I was saying, I'm going to plant straight into these rocks. There is some soil in under here, gravel, a lot of gravel. Don't be scared to plant into gravel. Man, they do great. This will be interesting, so you can see all the rock through here. There's masses of it. I'm going to find a few places to plant. Yeah, it's lovely. It's all rock. Okay. This will be done by hand. It'll be interesting to see how these grow because I'm literally just planting them in the rock. So here we are in another section of my garden near the house, and as you can see, these carex are presser, but they're going really well. A little bit dry this one, but the rest are fantastic. These are some of the first I ever grew, so I'm going to continue that down through here on this slight embankment, and I think they'll do really well. And there'll be a pathway that comes down through here Even might even put some lamandra up here to continue with that one. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all this grass back because look, I really hate mowing my lawn. So the less lawn I have, the better. So I'll cut this back. I'm going to put stakes in where I'll put the plants. You don't see me doing a lot of it, but through here, I'm going to have to continue to come in and mow between the plants as they get established. And once they're established, I'll take the stakes away and away they go. So here we go, we're back roadside, and I was driving up the road earlier this year and I noticed some of these plants that I planted out about 2 years ago. Absolutely beautiful yellow flowers, the Gardenia ovata or hop gardenia. Now I planted a few through here. I've got 2 here that are live and I have another couple just in here. It's just beautiful. The butterflies love them. And as you're driving up the road, they cascade down this embankment. They're going to look fantastic. So I'm going to plant a heap of those through here and hopefully I'll get at least 50% out of it. Here's another tree that's come down that I planted. That was a, could have been one of the daisies. I thought it might have been a blanket leaf. You may notice I do plant them fairly tight. That's because, look, I'm going to get some that don't grow, but I wanted to make it a real bushy area through here with all these lovely flowers. And if you have many of the same type of plant, the caterpillars will be attracted to here, so will the butterflies. If you only have one here and there, they sort of just go, I'm nicking off. Not enough around for me. So if you plant them in a bunch, you're more likely to get those insects into that one area. So we'll call this the last section for today. This is the mound where the tree came down and it lifted the whole soil pot up. So we'll plant some through here. It might look okay. Okay, let's go do a head count. Okay, our final tally was 50, 137. Today is the 10th of the 11th, 24. 137 on a 4016 is 4, 1, 37, 53, 4153, magic number. Hope you enjoyed it. Please join me for the next one. Still a lot of plants to go.